Hi guys, welcome back to another crash test mummy video. Sorry, it's so echoey in here. I didn't realise until I started talking how echoey it would be. You're in my kitchen right now. And I have decided that I'm going to give some DIY beauty treatments a go. I've seen tons of them on Pinterest and I wanted to try some for myself. But since I'm not an expert and I'm not prepared to make them all, test them all out, and then share them with you months later after perfecting them, I thought we would do it as a crash test mummy, and I'm just going to see what happens. Possibly have to substitute some ingredients because not everything is maybe organic and perfect. And you can kind of come along on the journey with me and see how it goes. So the first thing that we're going to make is a scrub. A body scrub, a foot scrub, whatever you want to use it for. I have cleaned out an old scrub pot for this. I have some extra virgin coconut oil, some granulated sugar, and a lemon. I also had some essential oils, but because I'm using coconut oil, I'm thinking I'm just going to use the lemon because I don't know whether or not peppermint and coconut are really going to go together. That was super duper easy. I'm going to show you in action as well properly, but I definitely would recommend that one. Anyone could make that, and what I really like about it is that you could do different recipes. So like you could use oil instead of coconut oil because it's mostly a sugar thing, and then you could put different fragrances in it. Really nice for presents. Not really on message for this video, but I don't mean to point a knife at you. Really nice for presents. So the next thing that I'm going to try, you guys may know that I'm obsessed with face masks. We're going to get to face masks in a minute. We'll get there, don't worry. But the first thing is the under eye patches. So the mask bar under eye patches cost a small fortune, and the main thing they do for me is kind of depuff. And especially when it's hot outside, I feel like the whole of my face, often in the morning, and sometimes just during the day when I've been out in the heat, kind of gets a little bit swollen. So I'm going to give this a go. I've seen this in a few different places in different ways, so I'm going to try it in 2 different ways. The first thing I need to do, number one, is blend up this cucumber. I'm not sure whether or not I'm supposed to use the peel. I know that it's like cucumber juice, so I think I'm just gonna blend the whole thing. Right, so I'm gonna use some cotton wool pads. I'm gonna soak them in this. I have a feeling I was supposed to take the peel off, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some with and some without, and we'll see, won't we? Right, so I've got these ones that are sieved, just the juice. These ones that are not, and I'm going to put them in the freezer. Right, I've got 2 different face masks to show you. The first one is with cucumber. So since we just have a ton of blended up cucumber, I'm going to make that one first. I've just basically blended up the rest. So supposedly this is soothing because it's got the cucumber in it. It's exfoliating because we're going to put oats in there. Also the honey, I suppose, is soothing. And it's supposed to be really good for oily skin. Again, making this up as I go along. Put some oats in here. This does not seem like the kind of thing that's going to stay on my face. I'm just going to put a few more oats in. The next mask is avocado, yogurt and honey. So, I'm not an avocado person. I know I'm a bad blogger, but I'm not. So I don't really know what a ripe avocado looks like. They claim to be ripe on the packet, so we'll see, but it says I need a quarter. I'll try and do actual measurements this time. It says I need a quarter of a ripe avocado, a teaspoon of plain organic yogurt and half a teaspoon of honey. That's not a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do more than that because I wanna make more than 1 mask's worth. Okay, so I know I said I didn't know what I was talking about when it came to a ripe avocado, but I can tell you this is not ripe because that was not easy to do. So I'm going to add in some honey and some yogurt. Actually smells really nice. I would rather it not be so chunky, so I'm gonna blend it again with the hand blender. Couldn't manage to get it totally smooth, but it'll do. So this one again is supposedly supposed to be soothing and anti-aging. Okay, so the last thing that I was going to use the cucumber for is a foot mask, and I'm really excited about this one. If you watch my vlogs at all, you've probably seen me use those. They're kind of like the equivalent of a sheet mask, but for my feet. So like little bags that I put my feet in, and it hydrates and blah, blah, blah. And they always do feel softer when they come out. It's not a permanent thing, but I do feel like it's nice every now and then to do it instead of, you know, going for a pedicure, which is so much more expensive. So I'm going to use this non-drained stuff because it's only going on my feet. I don't really care. I also need, it calls for olive oil, but what I'm going to do instead is heat up the coconut oil and just use that, so it'll become a liquid. And I'm going to use a lemon. The last recipe that I've got at all is a hair mask. I've used the rest of the avocado that I've got. I'm going to use the little bit of olive oil that I have in the house and some honey. That one does not smell so nice. It definitely would have benefited from using coconut oil, but I used it all up and everything else. Okay, so I'm going to put everything that I've made in the fridge for a little while, but the things that are already in the freezer, and I'm gonna just let them cool and set because pretty much everything I want to be kind of cooling, and then I'm gonna test them all out.
So what did I think? All in all, top line, really, really messy. Very effective in some cases, but very, very messy. You have to be kind of all into this and like really, really, I mean, obviously I did so many things at once. If I'd just done one, maybe it would have been slightly different. And I probably would do most of these again. However, messy, so messy. And just not quite as easy as people make it out to be when they make these videos of being super beautiful and, oh look, I've just whipped this up and da-da. It's not quite that easy. And especially with the avocado, I think if it had been actually ripe, then maybe it would have been easier because maybe I'd have been able to make things into a paste. They would have been less messy. But oh my goodness, the shine that I've got on my hair this morning, and I don't even condition the ends of my hair because I feel like everything is weighing it down. So I just shampoo it, and this is after using that mask and just shampooing my hair. I haven't done anything else to it. There's no oil, no serum, no nothing. Super shiny today. I really, really enjoyed that. If I could make a version of that where it was totally pure. Pure, is that the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, totally smooth. Yeah, if I can make a totally smooth recipe of that, then I would definitely 100% do that again. I didn't have any problems with anything going down the drain. I do have some drain on blocker, and I had it on hand just in case because I wasn't sure, with some of the things being a little bit lumpy, but it wasn't a problem. The face mask was really, really nice, very refreshing and cooling, but I did have to lay down and kind of pop that on my face. And the scrub mask I'm going to use later on as a bit of a bonus at the end of this. But yeah, the first avocado mask, I actually really did quite like that. But yeah, it was just messy. The foot mask is probably the one that I wouldn't do again, but I think that's probably the way that I did it. You know the difference between doing these eye patches and the ones where I just like got all of the pulp and whatever. It's added mess. So because I had pulped up like all of the peel and all that stuff, I had to rinse my feet after using the foot mask thing. But the whole point of anything like that is that you leave the residue on and it hydrates your skin. And so it was more of a user error than anything else. But I wouldn't do it again because it It was too much mess for not enough output. Whereas the hair mask and the face mask, if I was sitting in the bath while I did it, which I didn't do, which was a mistake, both of those things would have been minimal. The eye patches, for sure, I will do again. I haven't used the ones with the bits in yet. It's just going to be more messy, that's all. But I definitely would do this one again, so that I would remove the peel and just do the juices. It took up a lot of the juice. One thing I would say is it was a little bit much, the ice cold straight out of the freezer versions of these, and so I moved them all around my face. My whole face now feels really refreshed and kind of like cooled and not so puffy as when I first woke up. So I really liked those. I will definitely make those again. Also, I may cut them in half because it would have been easier to just, like, when they were frozen, to just stick them there. That would have been 1,000 times easier, plus you're getting twice as much out of it. You can always put it there and then flip it over if you want to. These have still got plenty of juice in them. Yes, they were some of my favourite things that I've made. I don't think that I'm leaving anything out in skipping straight to the scrub, am I? I don't think that I am. I really liked it. Definitely would make that one again. I would probably say ease-wise, these and the scrub, for kind of how easy they were. I mean, getting the juice out of it. If anyone's got any really easy ways of getting juice out of a cucumber, you know, answers on a postcard. But in terms of ease of making it and, excuse me, mess-free application and just like all the other stuff being easy, those are the two things that I would say anyone could give a go. The scrub I really enjoyed. As you saw, I didn't really make things to specific recipes. I just knew that mixing certain things together was supposed to be good. So I don't have specific measurements, but because I put in so much oil and so much sugar, it was really scrubby, but it also left a really heavy layer of oil. I actually cleaned the bath after using it because I thought someone's going to slip over in this for sure. But shaving my legs with that was really nice because it left behind a decent amount of oil. It was very similar to the Sanctuary Salt Scrub that I love so much. You can use brown sugar or granulated sugar in those two because they won't dissolve. They'll kind of hold their weight and stay scrubby. It was just really cool. Definitely would make that one again. If you have got any DIY beauty stuff that you do that you think is really great, like I'd quite like to do one where, you know, do you remember the egg white face mask where you put the egg white on and then I think you put tissue paper on? It's like a pore mask. That, cider vinegar on my hair, things like that. I think I'm going to do another one of these with simpler recipes. So if you've got anything at all that you would like me to include in that, or any recommendations or suggestions for that follow-up video, please let me know. But for now, I will leave you with a final clip of me trying out that scrubby oats mask. Right, it's been a couple of days. I'm going to use this. This is going to be exactly the same. It's not going to stick to my face. Not really possible to use this as a mask. So that one was a wash in so many words. I don't know whether or not some of these are designed to be applied straight to your face as well, because the ones that I've put the porridge oats in, I feel like the oats are going to be really soggy if you leave them even a little amount of time. So maybe some of them are meant to be made in those very small quantities, used straight away and then made again. That doesn't really work for me. It's very rare that I'm going to be prepared to put in the effort to actually make something like that. I would like to have a go at some that's supposed to be a bit more pasty than the ones that I've just shown you. Although a good part of that is probably down to me not measuring any ingredients whatsoever, so I'll take that one. Before I leave you, I do just want to mention that since my last few clips, I have used the hair mask again, amazing, really nice. I will probably give that another go and try to make it better next time. And the cucumber eye thing, I've just given some to my mum and they worked immediately. She's just been away for a few days. She feels like the heat and everything's just kind of got to her. Her eyes were already sore and swollen. Within a couple of minutes, they'd come down in colour and kind of how she was feeling about them. They just kind of felt nicer and fresher, less irritated. Really good. I think I might give that a go in like a spritz bottle, because there's something to cucumber water. I also quite like it to drink. So that is it for this video. Bit of a random one, I know. But that's Milo. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time with what will probably be an average school holiday vlog.